body language. Could his evaluator please read out the gadgets, what are they called? Thank you, the purpose of your speech.
So the purpose of Anika's speech of the project is for the member to deliver a speech with awareness of intentional and unintentional body language, as well as to learn, practice, and refine how they use nonverbal communications when delivering a speech. Anikash, dinner for a tiger. Anikash.
Winter 1997. We crossed the first checkpoint at 12 p.m. The roads were windy and it was slippery, and we were traveling in a very small van, and if we just slipped from the road, we would have ended up in a valley. We went to a National Reserve tiger forest with 4 adults and one little boy, a 9-year-old boy, and that was me. So I visited my uncle, who was staying in the northeastern part of India, where beautiful mountains, foothills of Himalayas, and the highest rainfall in the world. He decided, hey, let's go for a camping. And when you hear camping, you start imagining tents, right? But what we ended up was a wooden lodge, a forest lodge there. The reason behind, because it was an open reserve tiger forest. What it means is tiger can come, smell you, and have you for dinner. So staying in a tent was not a great idea, but an amazing way to spend the holidays, right? How many of you over here have ever witnessed thrill, an adrenaline rush? Show of hand will do. I know most of you might have those rush either from a scary danger movie or a roller coaster ride, or somewhere in the fun world having those, the water rides and the slides. But this time, nature served me all the wilderness and the rush that I wanted through a plate. So we crossed our milestone and we were traveling in a very small van. You might know or not, it was Suzuki Every back in 90s. In India, we call it as Maruti Omni, a small van. It was not a 4-wheel drive, it was a 2-wheel drive. So the landscape was just like a postcard view. Beautiful river on my left. The sun kissing the river, the turquoise blue with the white stones around. On the right, there was dense forest, the tropical forest and the ferns. And every 100 meters, there were beautiful waterfalls. Until we reached our 3rd milestone. It was a waterfall, and we had a wooden bridge to cross it. And usually in the mountain areas, they have, handmade wooden bridges, not the concrete ones. But that particular bridge was broken, under repair. So my reliable driver said, well, we can't cross the bridge because it's broken, so we will go down into the ditch and then climb up the ramp. And the soil was really muddy, slippery. So our little van galloped down, easy, no problem. While it was just trying to come up, the wheel spun, and spun, and spun, but didn't even move 3 meters ahead. We were back at the same spot. What do we do? How do we come out of this ditch? So we started with a lot of pros and cons and looked at what weapons are we carrying, just in case tigers come. So we had a small dagger, called that as kukri in the local language, and that's not going to help for sure. By then, it was 3:45 p.m. and by 4, sunsets happen in the mountains and it really goes darker. I could hear the birds chirping slowly going down, the wind coming. Even the sound of the river just went off. And I could smell something different. I could smell that smell because I remembered somewhere this pungent smell, I have noticed it, or I have been there. And then it's true. Last month, I was in the zoo, in the tiger cage, and I smelled the exact thing. So somewhere inside the forest, between the branches, a tiger is watching. 4 tasty big meals and a tender, juicy one. That was me! My heartbeat started thumping, and it was making such a loud noise that even the tiger in the next morning could hear it. Then we decided, okay, we're gonna shut ourselves inside the van, roll up our glasses, and be there, okay? Then we realized there's one more danger. A tiny little animal called as elephants, who are vegetarian by the way, but if they find this beautiful animal looking van, they might feel like kicking and kick our lives out of it. And we were scared. All of a sudden there was a roar. Really got scared, but it was not from the tiger. There was a truck which was coming from the opposite side, and 15 strong construction men came down, realizing that, oh, there's a van in the ditch, we can't cross it until we push it out. So they all pushed the van out and we were out of the ditch, and eventually we reached our lodge and we narrated our audio to the forest officer. To that he smiled and he said, while going back, if you're stuck again and if you don't cross the checkpoint by 2 p.m., I'm going to send you 2 elephants which are going to pull you out of the ditch. So thank you. After so many years, I still remember those days, that thrill when I'm saying I have goosebumps, because that was the adrenaline rush. But the beautiful naturescape, I can't forget. So this year, I've decided I'll be back again there, camping in the same lodge, but this time I'm going to take a 4-wheel drive. Madam Toastmaster,